noise. In the information age, you feel it so constantly, stillness becomes abnormal. The fog in your brain has fog. Your dreams become chaotic amalgamations of video games, YouTube shorts, and Instagram reels. You want to show your best self to your friends, family, and colleagues, but any activity requiring any degree of focus is difficult. What I'm describing is the consumption box of death. It's pretty drastic, I know. The consumption box of death manifests when your use to consume ratio veers way too much to consumption. Using in this ratio means applying what you consume in real life in any way, whether in conversation, creation, or for a skill. Consumption refers to consuming things like YouTube, podcasts, books, anything on social media, articles, conversations, and more. The use to consume ratio that you want varies depending upon what season of life you're in. But generally, I keep the ratio over 1. In other words, I use more than what I consume. But I'm getting ahead of myself. How does a low use to consume ratio create the consumption box of death? Let's think of you as an aspiring chef, and damn would you look good in a chef hat. You just got signed for your first cooking show, Cooktastic Cooking. Yeah, the name probably could have been better, but that is besides the point, because you are going to be cooking for a live audience and you need to be in tip-top shape. In this world, your brain is a box and consumption fills it with ingredients. You finally follow your mom's advice and eat the vegetables of the written world, which is Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. This adds some peanut butter, steak, and cabbage to your box. In real life, each time you use what you consume in some way, it's as if you're taking the ingredients out of the box and cooking something out of them. Your cooking show thrives when your use to consume ratio is over 1. Even Gordon Ramsay would give you 5 Michelin stars. You use ingredients before they rot and the customers are happy. But sometimes you consume so much and create so little that your box becomes overflowing with rotten ingredients. This is the consumption box of death. When this happens, you start experiencing all of the problems mentioned before, and your Cooktastic Cooking reviews plummet. How do we navigate this? The best way to fight the consumption box of death is, drumroll please, use more. I do this in a few ways. First, whenever I consume something interesting, I try and talk about it with the next person I see, which forces me to critically think about the information more as I have to teach it to someone. Secondly, I almost always try and take notes from the stuff that I consume, because this raises the activation energy to consume something and make sure that I critically think about it more. And finally, I create YouTube videos, articles, podcasts, digesting the stuff that I consume in the realms of gamification, meta learning, personal knowledge management, and more. And another great way to strengthen your use to consume ratio is using a fancy Consumo Fridge and putting it in the box. Now, the Consumo Fridge keeps ingredients cool so that you can store them for longer. And to install and put ingredients in this fridge, you simply have to consume from longer form mediums like podcasts, books, and articles, because these mediums force you to critically think a little bit more about what it is you're consuming. They're like the vegetables of the consumption world. Whereas shorter form mediums like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram often require basically no thought to consume, and therefore they go straight into the box. By strengthening your use to consume ratio, the noise in your life will become significantly less intense. I know from personal experience, I'm less restless. I have the focus to enjoy simple pleasantries in life, like having a meal with friends, looking at a sunset, and an excellent writing session in the morning. I don't feel a constant need to distract myself from myself with a podcast or a book or some other piece of information. And the people around you will be affected as well. They will consider using more, become more present with you during interactions, and ripple out change. Great cooking helps everyone. And one of the best ways to use what you consume more is to write atomic essays, which are short 100 to 500 word essays on any topic that you want. They're the opposite of the boring forced essays that you had to do in school. Writing is in itself thinking and a great learning tool, which is why if you want to learn how to write atomic essays and use what you consume more, you should check out my video up above on atomic essays and avoid the consumption box of death. As always, have a fantastic rest of your day, eat some peanut butter, and bye-bye.